Alright, let's get one thing straight. Your favorite pistol caliber ain't just ballistics, it's a full-blown confession. Whether you're packing 9mm with soccer dad energy or lugging around a 50 caliber AE like you're compensating for, well, something, trust me, it's saying a lot. So, let's roast. Oh, you shoot 9mm? Well, congratulations. You picked the pumpkin spice latte of pistol calibers. It's not bad, it's just everywhere. You've got 9mm brass in your shoes, your cup holders, your dryer lint trap. This round has more magazine capacity than your local dating pool and about just as much commitment fear. You probably tell people it's the most balanced caliber with a straight face. Your carry gun holds 17 rounds, and yet you've never shot more than 3 under pressure. You read ballistic charts like it's your horoscope, and when someone brings up 45 caliber, well, you trigger flashbacks to every caliber war you've survived in the YouTube comment trenches. Let's be real. You chose comfort, not chaos. You reload 9mm because it's cheaper than therapy, and it's better to handle. And no matter how many times you fail to wow anyone, you'll keep carrying it because deep down you believe in math over myths. 9mm guys don't want drama. They want ammo availability and peace of mind. And honestly, that's the most relatable thing about them. You carry 45 ACP because you've never trusted anything that wasn't designed by John Moses Browning and blessed by World War II. You don't shoot your pistol, you preach it. You believe stopping power is a spiritual concept, and every mag dump is a sermon in brass. Your gun holds 7 rounds and your pride holds 15. You scoff at capacity like it's modern sin, and you quote, "one shot, one stop," with the kind of energy people usually reserve for conspiracy theories. Your recoil management strategy is hold tighter and look angry. You own at least one leather pancake holster, you know you do, a cigar you never lit, and a secret disdain for polymer. You say plastic guns are for kids, but your back pain says, this all-steel frame is ruining me. You don't give a crap about trends, you care about legacy, and you'd rather reload in slow motion and carry something with a double stack. 45 guys don't evolve, they endure, and you are proud of that. Even if your gun's heavier than your lunch cooler and twice as moody. Let me tell you, 22LR people, y'all are either harmless or deeply, deeply concerning. There is no in between. You show up to the range with a backpack full of bulk ammo and suspiciously quiet energy. You say, it's great for training, which is true, but you're also the guy who posts suppressed headshots in forums titled, for academic purposes. You're either a youth league coach or future Netflix doc. Listen, while we're watching you closely, you flex shot placement is king while shooting milk jugs and existential dread. You clean your barrel once a decade and still get dime-sized groups at 25 yards. I mean, it's impressive and slightly terrifying. And if you carry 22LR for defense, you're either extremely confident or deeply delusional. You didn't pick it because it stops threats. You picked it because you think you're above conflict entirely. 22LR folks, you know way too much. We'll never sleep near you without a locked door again. You shoot .357 Magnum because you like your recoil strong, your report deafening, and your wrists chronically sore. You believe in making your presence known not with tactics but with shockwaves. Your gun doesn't go bang, it yells. People stop mid-reload just to ask, was that you? Yes it was. You've said this round can stop a bear in at least 3 group chats, none of which had any bears in them. You carry a revolver with moon clip energy and boomer swagger, and your ears haven't worked since late 2009. And your wrists? Well, your wrists hate you. Your range buddies also hate you. But your groups are dead on and aggressive. The 357 folks do not back down. You don't tap, you clack. You don't warn, you announce. And even when you load 38 for practice, you're still the loudest guy on the firing line. You carry 25 ACP? Who hurt you? This round was designed by Browning during a fever dream about tiny guns for tiny pockets in an era before ballistics jail. It's tinier than your regrets, slower than your old pickup truck, and is roughly the same threat level as a rolled-up magazine. You've definitely said, better than nothing, while praying your striker spring hasn't disintegrated. Your pistol fits in Altoids tins and fires with the energy of a passive-aggressive text message. You own a Saturday night special because you found it in a pawn shop or inherited it from a cousin who didn't believe in maintenance. And hey, respect for carrying it at all, but if this is your favorite, please seek help, or maybe a bigger caliber, or at least a second magazine. You carry 10mm? Oh buddy, you don't just want stopping power, you want a personal relationship with recoil. You watched 2 bear attack videos, googled Can a pistol stop a grizzly? And next thing you knew, you were shoulder deep in Glock 20 Reddit threads and Buffalo Bore product pages. You say, it's not that bad, while wincing through every single mag like it's a CrossFit workout. You tell everyone the true God's caliber is here, which honestly just sounds like a red flag wrapped in ballistic charts. You don't shoot 10mm often, because at nearly 40 cents a round these days, it feels like a sin and your wrists still haven't forgiven you since the last range day. But man, when you do, oh, you are posting that footage with slow-mo muzzle flash and a caption that says, "Don't tread on me." Deep down, you know it's excessive. You know it kicks harder than your ex after tequila, but that's why you love it. 10mm people aren't here to compromise, they're here to overdo everything and flex about it later. If you're shooting 380 ACP, there's a 90% chance you bought your carry gun based on how comfy it was to sit down with. You didn't say, I want knockdown power. You said, I want to carry and still eat tacos. You've said it's basically 9mm while conveniently ignoring the difference in energy, expansion, and existential regret. Your pistol is a pinky hang, a trigger like a glue stick, and probably costs less than your last DoorDash bill. You're either new to guns, a grandmother with good taste, or deep in denial about how much you really want to use a 9mm. You talk about manageable recoil and fast follow-ups like that matters when you're just cooping with all the new 9mm models. But hey, your gun's light, your range bag's real cute. You never once bruised your palm on a mag dump. That counts for something. You didn't pick the fight, you picked peace. 380 folks, y'all aren't bad shooters. You just prioritize comfort over chaos, and that's fine, until it ain't. Yeah, so this one's simple. You're not carrying a gun, you're carrying a midlife crisis wrapped in stainless steel. You saw Clint Eastwood squint through a revolver sight in 1971 and said, yup, that's who I am now. Your gun weighs more than most toddlers. Your holster looks like it was stitched together by a Civil War reenactor with carpal tunnel. You shoot 44 Magnum once a quarter, post it to Instagram, and act like you do it daily. And even if someone mentions 9mm, you scoff hard enough to shift tectonic plates. Your reload process involves 2 speed loaders, a paper towel, and most importantly, a prayer. You brag about penetration like it's a competition. Pause.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
And you definitely reload hot just to flex. You didn't choose this caliber for practicality, son. You chose it because you miss the feeling of danger. You want your carry gun to double as a club and your ammo to sound like a war crime. 44 Magnum people don't flinch, they cause flinching. And you'll never change, even if your wrists do. Oh man, here we go. You are that guy. The surplus freak. The Eastern Bloc enjoyer. The Cold War role player who drinks black coffee and swears by steel case ammo like it's got vitamins in it. You pick 7.62 TOKAREV because 9mm for conformists. You're spiritually aligned with obsolete NATO threats. Your ammo comes in a rusty sardine can that requires bolt cutters to open and smells like forgotten Soviet angst. A little bit of fish. And your gun? A Romanian war relic that rattles when you walk and has more edge than your political opinions. Every mag dump's half recoil, half commitment, and your wrists file complaints after every range trip. Looks like you got something in common with 44 Mag there. You spent more time online defending bottleneck pistol calibers than most people spend at work. You reload TOKAREV with brass you found on a forum run by a guy named Igor. Your optic rail was zip tied on and you're proud of it. You shoot for impact and paint, and because you're too stubborn to let go of your 1940s main character arc. This one's pretty simple. You needed a caliber for your snub nose, and 357 was a little too ambitious. So now you're here, carrying a 5-shot air weight with enough felt recoil to make your thumb twitch and enough respectability to keep the boomers quiet. 38 special people wear flannel unironically and carry speed strips they've never once used in real life. Your favorite phrase is, "It ain't sexy, but it works," which also happens to describe your wardrobe and your relationships. You don't care about capacity because you're not planning to miss. You shoot slow, steady, and with the same quiet disappointment as someone who bought stock in Beyond Meat. Why'd you do that? You're not here to impress, you're here to carry what works and roast anyone who overthinks it. Deep down, you believe your old school ways still beat modern nonsense. You might be right, but we'll never admit it out loud. So you're a 50 caliber AE guy. Well, you clearly didn't choose this caliber because you like subtlety or financial stability for that matter. You're walking around with a literal hand cannon and zero intentions of actually concealing it. You don't just shoot, you present. You hold that Desert Eagle case like you're unveiling the Holy Grail at a gun show in Las Vegas. You bring it to the range, set up your phone in cinematic mode, and dump 6 rounds while someone plays Metallica in the background. Each trigger pull hurts your wallet and makes more noise than your cousin's lifted diesel truck. And your groups, they don't matter. You're here to shake the earth and your ligaments. You've said, it ain't practical, but sure as heck is freedom, with a tear in your eye and recoil trauma in your elbow, a little bald eagle screech in the back. You don't care if it's heavy. You don't give a crap if it prints to your hoodie like a cinder block in a bread bag. This caliber is not for stopping threats. It's for stopping conversations. And you're the loudest personality on the range and the quietest one in therapy. Now, 32 ACP folks. Y'all just plain old confuse me. Not in a bad way, but in a where did you even find ammo for that kind of way. You got a Beretta Model 70, a weird Spanish import, or a pocket pistol from 1957 that smells like pipe smoke and old coins. You don't shoot 32 caliber because it's smart. You shoot it because you're emotionally attached to a pistol that rattles when you walk. Your backup gun is your main gun. You store it in a worn leather holster inside a vest pocket next to an old lottery ticket and a peppermint. You've told people it's better than nothing, which is also how you describe your cooking. You reload with brass from 2003 and ball ammo that looks like it's seen war, like Civil War. Look, it's cute. It's nostalgic, and it's honestly just barely more effective than harsh language. But you keep carrying it anyway, because you don't run from danger, you reminisce about it. Alright, you 40 S&W folks are built out of recoil, loyalty, and spite. You picked a caliber that peaked during the Bush administration and refused to move on like an ex who still sends you, hey, at 2 a.m. You say, it hits harder than 9, but you flinch harder than a mall ninja on Red Bull. You call it the FBI caliber, but even the FBI left, and you're still here like it's 06 and you just bought your first XD. You don't reload because it's fun, you reload because it's your duty. And your hands? Calloused from brass and mostly regret. So you, my friend, are terminally committed to a caliber that every gun store keeps on clearance. You roll up with 1 foot in nostalgia and 1 foot in a 40 cal cot display, and honestly, you will never give it up. Because you don't care about soft shooting, high capacity, or modern ballistics. You care about sending 40 caliber truth downrange at speeds that hurt both ways. If you shoot 5.7 by 28 millimeter, you definitely believe you're built differently. You paid $800 for a pistol that weighs less than your vape, and you carry 20 rounds of armor-piercing potential like you're prepping for a hallway fight with a T-800. You say low recoil, high velocity in the same tone someone says, actually pineapple does belong on pizza. You chose a bottleneck cartridge for your EDC and now you will not stop posting about it. You shoot 5 rounds per range day because ammo costs nearly 40 cents a round these days. You got a 5.7 or a Ruger 57 or some weird clone from a website with shipping times measured in eventually. You reload this stuff in batches of 50 like you're synthesizing chemicals in a lab. And you keep trying to convince your buddies it's worth it, trust me. Maybe it is. Also, maybe you're a nerd with a spreadsheet, a gun belt, and the superiority complex. I'm not saying you're wrong, you are just exhausting. You're the one guy in your group who cannot let go of bottleneck pistol rounds. You memorize muzzle energy stats and spend your weekends comparing 357 SIG to 10mm just for fun. You've got a Glock 31, a conversion barrel, and a Tupperware container full of brass no one else at the range wants. You reload this caliber because no factory wants to, and you explain case pressure to your dentist. He doesn't care. You say flat shooting, great velocity, while missing half your shots because, well, your frame's too snappy and your grip is way too overconfident. You don't want practicality, you want proof that you're right and everyone else is basic. You shoot 357 SIG the way some people own NFTs. Loud, niche, and emotionally volatile. But hey, you're passionate and I respect that. Just stop explaining it to strangers at gas stations, please. Thank you. Well, there you have it. Your caliber ain't just about velocity and specs, no sir. It's a whole identity. Whether you're rocking God's caliber or carrying a pocket lint with primers, just remember, it ain't what you shoot, it's how loud you brag about it. Smash that like button harder than a Desert Eagle recoil hitting a newbie in the face, and drop your favorite down below. We'll judge it publicly, but respectfully. Buck Tanner out.